So hello everyone. So there are a few ways to saving data in your game. There are PlayerPrefs, there are JSON, XML, binary, and the best and the safest one is to saving data in your servers. In this video, we're going to take a quick look at how we can use PlayerPrefs for saving data. So PlayerPrefs is the simplest and the easiest way for saving data. And personally, I would suggest to use this method while you're working on some simple and small projects. For example, when I was working on my hyper-casual game, I used this method. However, this method is not good for saving some risky and important data, like the coin that you want to sell in your games, because this is not safe. But this is the easiest method that you can actually think of it. So without wasting any time, let's dive into it. So now let's start by making a new game object, call it save data. And let's make a C# script called save data and attach it to that game object. Let's open it in the Visual Studio. And now let's delete the start method, we don't need it. By using PlayerPrefs, you can save integers, floats, and strings. So let's make a public variable for each one of them. Public int, call it save int. Public string save string. And now let's make two methods. One of them call them save and one of them call them load. Void save. And yep, there it is. In the update method, we're going to actually save whenever we hit the S button in our keyboard. It will actually call the save function, and whenever we hit the L button, it will call the load function. And for doing this, let's just actually say if input dot get key down keycode dot s. Let's just simply call our save function, and if so for saving data, this and for actually loading it, this is just a super simple thing. For saving data, just we should write PlayerPrefs dot set. We can actually set float, int, and string. Whereas by saving our float dot set float, and it will actually ask us two parameters. First, it will ask a key that we will actually use it whenever we wanted to actually load that data or actually delete or change it, and the value of that data. For example, right now, for the key, I'm just going to actually say save float, something like that. And for the value, I'm just going to pass the save float that I already make it. And by this, we just actually save our data, and that was all of the things that you have to do. And we'll do the same for saving integers and strings. And yep, let's start by saying the PlayerPrefs dot set, this time int. Let's call the key save int. So now whenever we call this function, our three variables will save. But for making sure, let's actually say debug.log. data saved. This will make everything looks kind of better. And for loading data, we'll do the same things that we did for saving them. And in this video, I'm just going to actually logging those data. So now for loading that, it will be easy. Debug.log, and in here instead of any string, I'm just going to say PlayerPrefs dot. Instead of say, I'm going to call to write get float, and in here I'm just going to say uh, sorry, save float, for example. And for the floats, you can actually assign a default value if this save float was empty. For example, my default value would be 0 if that was empty, or -1 or whatever. I'm just pretty good with 0. I'm just going to actually duplicate this 3 more times. Instead of save float, save int, and save a string. And the thing that I just see it, instead of get in, we should actually say get instead of get float. Sorry, I should actually type get int, and instead of get float in here, I should type I get a string. Let's actually save the code, hit back to the Unity and test it. So now let's hit play and see what will happen. As you let's actually for the int, let's assign 100. For the name, for example, Jeff or whatever, and for the float 15.54. And let's go to the cancel. Let's hit the S button, data saved, and let's hit the L button. Yep, these are all of our datas. And if I exit the play mode and clear all of the things, hit the play button again and hit the L button again. Yep, there are all of our datas, and we successfully saved our data. However, there might be some times that you want to actually delete all of your data that you actually saved. Doing that would be super easy. Just actually save PlayerPrefs dot delete all for deleting all of your data. It doesn't matter which key or which kind of data that you saved, it will delete all of them. And the last thing that I want to say is for checking if this specific key or this one has any value, how we can actually check that it. For doing that, let's just actually go write if PlayerPrefs dot has key, and in here just actually type the key that you wanted, for example save int, and if that save int has any value, it will execute the codes that you wanted. But it was empty, it will simply avoiding to upload to actually executing codes. And this is a simple way for avoiding some bugs. And yep, that was all of the things for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button, and I will see you next time.